All right, we're back with Janae Adams with Debt Sucks University and Nathan Grant with MoneyTips.com. They are answering your money questions. Okay, so we have one viewer who says, what is a good credit card for people trying to increase your credit card score?
Well, like I mentioned before, everybody's situation is going to be unique. So, what's the best credit card for them might not be the best credit card for the next person. So, I mentioned looking for things that you want to use the credit card for more often, or that you're going to be using the card for more often. That's important. But there's so many types of cards out there. There's student credit cards that are built for first-time credit card owners. There are travel cards I mentioned before, a really popular one. There are certain cards that have rotating rewards categories. So maybe something that you're like, well, I don't know if I'm going to always be spending on this thing. Maybe those rotating rewards might be something where you're like, oh, I'll use the credit card for this. Think of your situation the most, and then a good starting point, talk to your personal banker or local credit union and just kind of find out what things might be best for your unique situation.
Okay, so our next question from a viewer, what's your thoughts on putting your 401k in a URL?
Your 401k in a URL.
Yeah, I think buying a URL, I'm assuming, maybe. Anyone got anything on that?
I would, if it's anything with their investments and they're trying to buy a URL or a business or anything, the tax consequences aren't going to be worth that if that's what they're asking.
Okay, so on that note, maybe flip it. What is your suggestions? I know we've kind of talked about it a little bit, but what would be your suggestions on good investments to make?
Yeah, so like I said, I am not a financial advisor, but it's definitely thinking about things that are proven that other people already invest in. So if you're thinking outside of your career or your job or your organization, to look into a Roth, because that's after tax money. Of course, you can move your IRA out of the company that you're in, but you need to really talk to a financial advisor. I would not advise crypto or Bitcoin or anything like that. That's risky. And if you're someone who's saying, I want to invest my money and not afraid to lose it, you can easily lose it in something like crypto and Bitcoin. So that's why I said, let's stay to the proven strategies and work with a financial advisor to give you the best possible options.
Really?
And like Janae said earlier, the earlier you get started on this, the better, because if you're getting that employee match through your employer, like that's just more money earlier on. So sooner the better for that.
Really, really great advice there. Okay, so a viewer wants advice. I paid off credit card bills, but my credit rate fell. What could that be?
Well, I mentioned earlier that if you close a credit account, or if it's something that goes away on its own from your credit reports, like it's a loan that comes off, you're going to see a slight decrease from that. But the thing about credit scores is that basically any day of the week, if you're like, you know what, today's the day that I'm going to start working to improve my credit scores, you can make those little steps that can do that. So paying down the remaining debt you have, that's going to improve your credit scores. And you want to make sure there are things being reported, because those credit scores have to come from somewhere. And if you don't have any credit, that's great if from a debt perspective, but maybe there's some other ways that you can build credit you look into. So definitely talk with a financial professional in that regard as well, and see what things you might be able to get into that aren't just spending money that you shouldn't be spending.
Okay, real quick, we have about a minute left. Is there any really key points that you want people to know who are watching right now?
Well, I'll say this is a season where everybody's really happy, really joyful. And when we are like that, we tend to not pay attention to our money and we go out to spend because we're feeling so good. We're taking vacation and we just want to eat out and buy things up and so forth for ourselves and others. I would just say that just be careful, because the new year is coming, and in the new year is the first of the year and that first of the month when rent and mortgages due, as well as other bills. So let's not get carried away during this time.
Yeah, and I would just say that, we are getting closer to the holiday, so a lot of the advice we might be giving, maybe you've already made those mistakes and spent that money. So the best thing I would say is that, as you look to how the best ways for your situation are going to be there for paying off your debt and stuff, just make sure that you stay consistent and responsible with those payment methods. If you, let's say, use a personal loan to consolidate some of that credit card debt and lower your interest that you're paying, don't start using the credit cards that you just paid off, because then you're basically doubling your debt. So it's all about staying consistent and being smart with what decisions you're going to make. Because like I said earlier, what might work for one person might not be the best for the other person's scenario, but there's a lot of those common things that we all can do to improve our finances. And that's kind of where it starts around the holidays is a good time to think about it.
Well, thank you guys for being here. We appreciate it. It'll be online. We'll be back.